Welcome to the 2020 International Vegan Film Festival's award ceremony. My name is Sean Stratton. I'm the founder and director of the International Vegan Film Festival, and I'm thrilled that you were able to join us today for our award ceremony, where we'll celebrate the winners of the festival. And not only the film festival, but also our photo essay contest. Today, we'll start off showing the winners of the film festival, which will follow up by the winners of our photo essay contest. I really want to thank all the filmmakers and photographers for submitting their vegan themed work this year. The quality just keeps getting better every year. I also want to thank our judges, our film screeners, and of course, our fantastic sponsors. Without them, this festival would not be possible. Without further ado, let's dive right into the ceremonies and our first award.
Greetings from sunny England. My name is Dale Vince and I'm the founder of Ecotricity. We're the world's first green energy company. We get involved in a bit more than that these days, but it's been my great pleasure for the second year running to be a part of the judging panel for the International Vegan Film Festival. And I'm here to announce the winner of the lifestyle category, which is Regan Russell, a short documentary. It's a great little film. It engaged me from the get-go. Watching Regan, somebody who I knew nothing about, her 40 years of activism, her and her group of friends campaigning at the gates of a slaughterhouse in Canada every weekend, giving water to desperately dehydrated pigs. There's a shocking bit in the film as well, which I won't spoil here. I just want to say it's a great film, and I recommend that you watch it.
I'm here today as part of a rally, as part of a protest in support of animal rights. What's going on here is a collective of people who are passionate about sharing a message of compassion and sensibility that we as a culture must shift our ideals and shift our priorities in terms of how we view our relationship between ourselves and our fellow species, our fellow other animals on this planet.
This is a place where they abuse animals. I'm tired of people using animals for entertainment. They're not here for our entertainment. They have their own interests.
They're not your property.
Lick out now!
They're not your property. Those animals are not your property.
I said lick out!
Hello everyone, I'm really happy to share that my documentary about Regan Russell has won the Best Lifestyle category award at the International Vegan Film Festival. Since I made this documentary, a lot of things have changed. Regan was violently killed on the morning of June the 19th, 2020. A month later, the Halton police announced that the truck driver who killed Regan was charged with careless driving under Highway Traffic Act, a non-criminal charge. Regan's family, her friends, and the animal rights community in the Greater Toronto area believe that the charges that were laid did not amount to justice. As you have seen in my documentary, the driver was standing there watching Regan for 4 or 5 minutes before he drove right into her, dragging her for 50 feet before he stopped. This led to the beginning of the Regan Russell pressure campaign that aims at scrapping Bill 156 and replacing it with Regan Bill of Animal Rights. That bill recognized the personhood of pigs and other animals, ensured the right to demonstrate, including holding vigils and bearing witness, protect whistleblowers, defund animal agriculture, and provide subsidies to plant-based manufacturing system. A few weeks ago, a section of Bill 156 that makes it illegal to stop or interfere with trucks came into effect, which means activists who stop trucks or interfere with them can be fined up to $25,000 in Ontario. The reason I made this documentary and the reason I felt it was so important to make it is because I did not want Regan to die in vain. I wanted her story to be heard worldwide. I would like to thank International Vegan Film Festival for giving me this platform, Liberation Hour Radio for initially releasing it, Toronto Pig Save and Animal Save movement for promoting it and connecting me with the International Vegan Film Festival, and my friends for being supportive. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I'm Jim Amos, COO of Scout 22 marketing and PR agency here in Los Angeles. And for the past 3 years, I've been one of the judges of the International Vegan Film Festival. I'm happy to say that this year's entries for the festival were the finest in the history of the fest, and it featured some of the best filmmaking from around the world about vegan and environmental topics. Settling on a winner was extremely difficult this year, but we did finally come up with winners, and I'm happy to say that the winner for the Best Environmental Protection Award goes to Monbiot, Arresting the Truth, from director Alex Lockwood. Now, you may remember that Alex won our inaugural award in 2018 for his incredible short film 73 Cows, which also, by the way, went on to win the BAFTA award that year for Best British Short Film. What I loved about Arresting the Truth was that it showed how we are at a tipping point environmentally on this planet, but did so from a deeply personal standpoint as shown through the eyes of George Monbiot. Alex Lockwood didn't have to rely on graphic images or blowhorns or pitchforks or complicated graphs. He merely told Monbiot's story and let it play out. Congratulations to Alex on the win, and thank you, George, for all you do for the planet.
When I was a young man, I believed that all you needed to do was to tell the truth, and that it spoke for itself, that if you delivered the information, if you brought back the story and told people what was happening and told it well enough and reached enough people, then things would automatically change. People would see sense. Governments would realize that they'd made a big mistake and they would have to change. I just didn't understand power. I didn't understand that nothing changes without a power shift. And one thing I've learned as I've become older is that you can only ever be one small part of the jigsaw. However effectively you might do your small part, you have to be part of that wider movement of people, otherwise you'll just get nowhere at all. So it's been quite a sort of humbling experience, really, to realize that by yourself you can't do anything. But in conjunction with thousands or tens of thousands of people, perhaps you can do everything.
So thanks ever so much for picking Monbiot, Arresting the Truth, as the winner for the environmental protection category. It's a real privilege just to be part of the festival. It's such an amazing festival, and provides such a great platform for vegan filmmakers. And big thank you to everyone who helped with the film, obviously. So We Animals Media, who were a huge part of this. To the crew, and also obviously George Monbiot himself. He was just such a great contributor, and so sort of like giving with his time. So thanks again to everyone who voted for the film, and everyone who enjoyed the film as well. Thanks very much.
I'd like to announce the winner of a new category for the festival this year, the Public Service Announcement category. The category conveys a short message in the public interest, disseminating information quickly and effectively, with the objective of raising awareness of and changing public attitudes and behaviors toward a vegan-themed issue. The winner of the Public Service Announcement Award goes to Milk Does the Body Bad by Luis Sohoyas and distributed by The Switch for Good. Our judges said this is an excellent PSA, which shows how athletes' performance improved when they quit drinking milk. By showing world-class athletes thriving without consuming dairy, this PSA will have a great impact on reaching meat and dairy consumers. Congratulations.
I stopped drinking milk
13 years ago.
I stopped dairy
of all kinds.
And a funny thing happened when I stopped.
I stopped having joint pain.
I started having more energy.
More strength.
I was leaner
and cleaner.
My skin cleared up.
I lost 50 pounds.
I stopped drinking milk and started living better.
Listen to your gut
and switch for good. Discover the benefits of living dairy-free at switchforgood.org. Thank you to the International Vegan Film Festival for awarding us with this top prize in the PSA category. Our PSA Milk Does a Body Bad spoke to 30 million people this summer on TV and streaming channels, which led to 1,462,998 people who took an action on our website to make a change in their lives away from dairy and towards more plant-based fuel. This PSA means so much to me and all of us at Switch for Good because we are attempting to change the culture in our society on what constitutes good food for performance, and it does not come from baby cow growth food. In the words of the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, in order to change the laws, you have to change the culture first, and culture change is at the heart of what we do at Switch for Good. I am incredibly grateful to the team who made our summer PSAs possible, from our director, Louis Fisoyas, to our wonderful production team at Orange County Production Studios, to the gifted and passionate champion athletes who gave their precious time and energy to this project, including volleyball star Rachel Adams, swimming great Rebecca Soni, three-time Olympic gold medal soccer champion Heather Mitz, NFL player Derek Morgan, Ultraman Rich Roll, NHL enforcer Georges Larac, MLB giant Chase Utley, and Olympic gold medal runner David Verberg. Thank you so much for this honor, and don't forget to challenge everyone you know to make the switch for good.
Hi, I'm Miyoko Schinner. I'm the founder and CEO of Miyoko's Creamery. This year, I was invited to be a judge for the International Vegan Film Festival, where I had the opportunity to watch a variety of films related to veganism. Judging this year's films was quite a feat, an immersive experience where I found myself being drawn into the myriad stories told by both veteran and up-and-coming young vegan filmmakers. Now, while the competition was stiff, in the animal welfare category, one film stood out head and shoulders above the others. Without further ado, I am happy to announce the winner of the animal welfare category. Open the envelope, and the winner is Bhutan Land. Now, Bhutan Land, a German documentary film made by director Mark Pierschel, describes the journey of a dairy farmer as at crossroads of his soul, needing to figure out how he's going to make a livelihood while he confronts that personal awakening to animal sentience. From the rich, beautiful cinematography of the German countryside, the film traverses life from the viewpoint of all stakeholders involved. The dairy farmer, of course, his activist life partner, and her very, very interesting story up until this point, as well as the animals themselves as they discover their newfound freedom. Bhutan Land goes deep into the minds and souls of each as they undergo their individual transformations in what becomes Germany's very first animal sanctuary. I highly recommend it. Congratulations, Bhutan Land.
Also ich hatte dann endgültig den Schlussstrich gezogen, habe alle meine Tiere verkauft und die sollten dann zum Schlachten abgeholt werden. Die Klappe ging zu, der Transporter fuhr und 12 Tiere waren noch hier. Auf jeden Fall haben wir uns dann in den Arm genommen und haben dann diesen 12 Tieren, die da noch waren, versprochen, dass ihr auf diesem Hof so lange leben bleiben dürft, solange wir hier sind.
Für mich ist Hof Bhutan wie ein echtes Idyll.
Hof Bhutan heißt, dass es auch anders funktioniert.
Ja, Hof Bhutan repräsentiert für mich einfach Widerständigkeit.
Ich war tagsüber im Krankenhaus, aber was ich privat und nachts gemacht habe, das durfte ja keiner wissen.
Wir standen vor diesen Zwingern und ich habe gedacht, das ist ja Wahnsinn.
Das war eigentlich für mich der Punkt, wo ich sagte, du musst jetzt was tun.
Erstes Ziel ganz klar, so viele Tiere rausholen wie möglich.
Also er hatte die Waffe so und zittert und ich dachte, der schießt gleich, der hat Angst vor dir. Warum hat denn der Angst vor dir?
Der größte Irrtum ist, dass die Menschen denken, eine Kuh gibt automatisch Milch. Das ist eben das, was die Menschen gnadenlos ausnutzen. Sie lassen sich das relativ schnell gefallen. Geben so schnell auf. Wehren sich nicht.
Also ich hatte das Gefühl, vor mir steht eine Kuh, die mit ihrem Leben schon längst abgeschlossen hatte. Und dann dachte ich, nee, das geht nicht.
Paul war schon auf dem Schlachthof. Er war 2 Monate alt, als er geschlachtet werden sollte.
Ich versuche das irgendwie, sie da rauszuholen, weil sie wäre so oder so gestorben.
Uns hat eine Amtsveterinärin mal gesagt, ja, eigentlich haben Sie ja recht, aber das ist in diesem System nicht vorgesehen, das, was Sie machen.
Hello. So I just learned that Bhutan Land has won Best Overall Film and Best Animal Welfare Film at the International Vegan Film Festival. And I'm of course really excited and happy that my film was able to achieve that and that the story of Jan and Karin had such a big impact. And yeah, I want to thank the jury, of course, of the festival. I want to thank Sean for putting on such a great festival, even though it was only online this year. And I want to thank, of course, everyone who watched the film so far. And if you want to recommend the film to your friends, your family, it's available on Vimeo, and it's also available on Amazon Prime in the US and UK. Yeah, so Sean asked me if there's any updates on the sanctuary since the release, but not really. I mean, there's a few new animals. A few animals have passed away. There's not really a break for Jan and Karin from working there. And yeah, if you want to check out what they're up to, visit their Facebook page. It's Hof Bhutan Land, and they post daily updates with always a photo and a video, and the text is in English as well. Yeah, so thanks again for this award. I'm really happy. And yeah, I hope to be part of the festival again with my next film. All right, thanks. Bye.
Hey everyone, Seth Tibbett here, founder and chairman of the Tofurky Company. It's been a great honor to be a judge from the International Film Festival's Vegan Photo Essay Contest. and I'm here today to present the award for the lifestyle category. Without further ado, I want to announce the winner right now. A little drum roll, please. And the winner is Banned Duck Shooting by Stefano Bellacci from Melbourne, Australia. Honorable mention goes to From Hell into Light by Dora Janowaska from Berlin, Germany. Thanks to everyone, especially to Stefano, the winner, who actually did ban duck shooting in Melbourne when the local government saw these photos and the work of these fine activists. So good job, Stefano, and everyone, thanks for submitting these great photos. Cheers.
Hello everybody, I'm Stefano Bellacchi from Italy. I'm an animal rights photographer and it's my first time in a photo competition and I'm really happy to be here to thank you for this wonderful award. My thanks are also for all the people that made this festival possible and especially for the people that still fighting for animal liberation all around the world. My project is about them. It's about some people that decided to spend their lives to help animals in their personal struggle for their own liberation. So I think it's time for us as activists to talk about animals and move the focus to them. Because animals are not standing there waiting for us to liberate them. They are fighting. They are resisting, they are not voiceless, they are definitely not voiceless. And so we have to give them back the dignity of the struggle. We can be comrades of them, we can support their struggle. And this project is about this, it's about people that fight side by side with animals to help them in their own liberation. I started taking pictures in animal rights movement and doing investigations in 2010. Before this, I was an activist and I did campaigning for human rights, animal liberation and earth liberation. But I always thought about photography as a way to connect people that watch photos with the subject of photos, in our case animal. But in our case, animals are dead when we see their pictures. I think this is a really big issue we have to deal with. So, one thing we can do is to remember them. Remember they were witness of what our society is doing to the animals. But this is not enough. We need to do something more. We need to be active against exploitation of humans, animals and nature. And so please, spend your time to do something against injustice.
Hello everyone, my name is Dan Moskaluk of Indian Rock Vegans. I'm an animal rights activist as well as a whole food plant-based health advocate. And I'm proud to be one of the judges for this year's International Vegan Film Festival's photo essay contest. And I'm here to announce the winner of the environmental protection category. Now, judging this year's photo essays was challenging given the visual impact and importance of all the submissions in the various categories. Even as a seasoned advocate who regularly views, experiences, and shares these crucial issues with those who are less aware, it is never easy to face new work by other advocates. And without further ado, the winner of the 2020 Environmental Protection category is Aquaculture and Fishing in the Mediterranean by Celine Magnolia from the UK. Now, I found the aquaculture and fishing in Mediterranean photo essay was impactful as it covered a form of animal exploitation and species that are often overlooked. She also brought to light two issues that are compounding the destruction of the Earth's oceans and its inhabitants in highlighting their mass suffering. And if there ever was a form of animal exploitation that can be referred as a genocide, man's fishing and aquaculture practices certainly are one. On a level of such mass killings that the victims are measured by the ton and not by individuals. Just a brief statement and description of her essay. Ms. Magnolia offered us this description of her work. As aquaculture and fishing industries are shaping and damaging our oceans and planet, the suffering of the fish and impact of this production is often neglected. These images are part of a wider documentation about the shocking reality for the fish who are trapped in present-day aquaculture conditions in and around the Mediterranean Sea. These fish suffer slow deaths defined by necks, asphyxiation, ice, and blood. Whether they are the intended targets for a vessel's trawling nets or just disposable bycatch species caught in the fray, once these animals are extracted from their ocean home and hit a vessel's deck, they are en route to the same fate. Now, farmed fish are not spared the pain of this prolonged system either. Although they experience different challenges within their overcrowded floating pens, farmed fish destined for consumption also face immediate icing as part of the packing process. Thought to believe a quick kill mechanism, the extreme cold can actually keep fish alive and suffering even as they are packed. Now, the International Vegan Film Festival essay panel of judges thank Celine Magnolia and all the other photographers who submitted their invaluable work once again this year. And thank you for the work that you do to highlight the suffering of different species on our planet.
Selena was unavailable to provide a video accepting this award, but she did send along this message. Thank you for voting Aquaculture and Fish in the Mediterranean as the winning essay for the International Vegan Film Festival's Photo Essay Contest. Exposing aquaculture is important to me because the fish industry is harming the planet tremendously while not being really recognized. The suffering of the fish, as well as the impact on our oceans, is silent and relatively invisible. My hope is that the documentation of the reality of animal farming and fish farming, shown on platforms or medias such as the International Vegan Film Festival, will give more visibility to this work and will motivate people to become active. In a world where animal agriculture is one of the leading reasons for pollution, climate damage, human and animal abuse, destruction of continents and communities, eating has necessarily become a political act. Even though we've been educated into disempowerment and passiveness in our role of consumers, we need to radically change in the direction of more sustainable, accessible, and plant-based food industry if we want to protect the planet and preserve our communities with their values of justice and solidarity. Thank you.
Hey everybody, I'm Elizabeth Alfano, plant-based business consultant and host of the Plant-Based Business Hour. I'm proud to be one of the judges of this year's International Vegan Film Festival's Vegan Photo Essay Contest. I'm here to announce the winner of the Animal Welfare category. Judging this year's photo essay contest was extremely difficult. Not just because viewing some of the photos is hard, but because even we who don't turn a blind eye to the violence that animals endure in the factory farming food chain, and that's at all levels, be it certified humane or not, one and the same, quite frankly. Even though we see this devastation that happens to animals through beatings and proddings and mutilations so that there can be efficiencies on the kill line, even we don't always acknowledge or see or remember the emotional abuse that happens to animals who are part of the food supply chain. I'm honored to announce the winner of this year's 2020 Animal Welfare category, and that is Amy Jones of the UK for her Next in Line series. The Next in Line photo essays by Amy Jones were incredibly impactful because Amy was able to capture the fright, the horror, the grief, the stress, the anguish of the animals who witness the animal just in front of them dying by scissors, by beating, by beheading, by knife. It's incredibly powerful what she captured, and I am grateful to her for her brave and powerful work. Thank you, Amy, and congratulations.
Thank you so much to the International Vegan Film Festival for selecting my photo essay Next in Line as the winner of the Animal Welfare category. This photo essay is part of the photography and journalism project Moving Animals, where my partner Paul Healy and we work on the ground to document and help tell the stories of animals who are exploited in the food and entertainment industries. In these particular photographs, we are witnessing the last moments of an individual's life. We see an animal who is next in line and who's forced to watch helplessly as their companions are slaughtered in front of them. And for just one terrifying moment, I want the viewer to be able to put themselves in the place of the animal who is next in line. Thank you so much to everyone who takes a moment to look at these images. I know they are hard to look at, but by acknowledging the emotional and physical suffering that we subject animals to, I believe that we make it harder for the violence to be ignored.
Well, there you have it, folks. The winners of the 2020 International Vegan Film Festival. Thank you so much for taking in the films this year. I hope you enjoyed them. Please send us any comments or feedback on your viewing experience of the festival this year. We'd love to hear them. We're always looking to improve each and every year. Before we finish up, I want to send out a huge thank you to David Edelstein. David's been working tirelessly over the last month trying to help me pull this film festival together. We've had a lot of help from many different people, but David, I've got to single out because he has worked hours and hours uploading videos and editing videos to make this virtual festival happen. So thank you so much, David. I really appreciate all the work you've put in to the festival this year. And of course, one last big thank you to the filmmakers and the photographers. Without you, there would be no festival. Thank you so much for keeping the vegan theme alive. I had to switch attires for the ending because it all comes back to the mission of this festival: eat more plants. From the bottom of our heart, the festival is here to help people eat more plants and less animals, preferably no animals. And I think we are growing every year and the message is getting out. And I look forward to the festival growing in the future years. Who knows, next year, hopefully we'll be back in the theater, but I think this virtual edition is here to stay as well. Again, I'd love to hear your feedback on how it went this year. Thanks so much. And I look forward to seeing you again at another International Vegan Film Festival event.